How about chemical recycling of plastics? Not a venture investment, but I tell you what, the number of corporations that are pouring energy into chemically recycling plastics is astounding. Put your lens of techno viability on.
I wouldn't say that it's not viable. I would say that it depends. I think, some of the challenges of recycling are pretty well known, right? In terms of contamination. How far do you break it down? Do you take it all the way back down to the monomers and rebuild it back up? Do you take it down to a partial polymer? There's the cost of the transport. If you're trying to ship a block of polystyrene on a truck, how many pounds is actually on that truck compared to the metal mass and everything else that you're moving of the truck? All those things translate into the cost of the recycle. So does the cost of getting the recycled material to you and then your process for trying to turn that into a viable recycled product, what does that look like?
The challenge here is recognizing the reconcentration of polymer, and then how much conversion do you do, and what's the viability of the product coming off the other end, and how much reprocessing do you have to do to get it back to plastics? That's the whole cost stack, if you will.
I sent you the story the other day, and Lego announced that they are no longer going to be using recycled PET. They had looked at it as a technology for building their Lego blocks, and they ended up finding out that it had a worse carbon footprint. Some things sound really good in concept, and when you get down to the application, you may find that it didn't quite work the way you thought it did.
For the longest time, I used to say, look, putting plastic in a landfill is it's stable, it's there. If it's a problem in the future, we can mine the landfills to get the plastic back out. And there are actually companies now that are taking plastic and cellulosics and making viable plastic products directly from that. Yep. Even UBQ just got a big funding round, and that's essentially their model.
The devil's in the details on all of these things, but that shouldn't stop you from at least attempting and try to find out where that devil hides.